So real quick, I want to add some disclaimers before I continue on this video, so you're going to see the screen continue. So part of the video, or the tutorial part, it was deleted. I don't know how, and I didn't feel like remaking it and adding two parts, so we're just going to do it all at once because this is a pretty long, lengthy video as is. There's that. Two, a lot of people have been talking about like my intros and all that and just being like basic and all that. Well, I don't have anything saved on this account, so I don't have any of my old intros or anything like that. And I'm just too lazy to make or do anything like that. So if someone wants to make me one, or if someone wants to do something like that, or like make a picture where it says like gesture gim or something like that, I'll appreciate it and I'll take it. But just I know it's lazy, but my work has always been lazy, and I just the whole point of my videos is trying to get the point across. If I could be more advanced and like right now I'm learning how to edit and everything, and I will get a gelato and stuff like that, so I can actually like stream from my laptop and stuff, and not from PlayStation, and actually edit videos and do a lot more details and stuff like that. Like I'm not gonna remake the tutorials again. They're pretty detailed enough, but um, like the few things that would be nice is like going back and showing the button inputs and all that, or like showing my fingers doing some of the things because you know it's not slow. Like my fingers are not slow. You think I would have arthritis by now, but I've been playing like this for years. When I'm actually serious, like how I'm going. So yeah, um, I will be getting gelato and all that. I will be. It's just gonna be in due time, and um, so yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at. That being said, today we are going to be talking about the advanced puppet techniques and supports. This is going to be a two-part video. This is purely on practice right here. I'm going to explain how these mechanics work, how to do them, and all that good stuff. And then I'm going to talk about some of the supports and mechanics and etc. The end part of the video. And then the part 2 video will be actually me fighting people and showing off these techniques in battles, and showing like that is not me. Like you can actually do some, like you could do some crazy stuff with these techniques. You have to see it to really believe it. Um, that's so cringe, but it's true. So yeah, that will be a part 2. I already have two contendants for it. I'm waiting for us to all have good timing because time. Uh, but other than that, yeah. So I will have a part 2 for this video. But let's begin. Finally, what a lot of people, other than the other video, have been waiting for: the advanced puppet techniques. So there are two advanced puppet techniques: advanced puppet mindset, and then or three puppet techniques. I'm sorry, advanced puppet mindset, knowledge, and then supports. So the first puppet technique is advanced one, which you saw me do earlier. Is called the Shuriken Glitch, uh, or I think the new term is G Kunai, which I think just means glitch kunai. So kunai glitch. I'm sorry, not shuriken glitch. I'm sorry. I mean, it could be the same thing, but kunai glitch. So basically, the shuriken glitch is when you waste when you do the inputs for the counter. So when you guard and hold your projectile, your shuriken or your square, or I think on Xbox it's X. I don't remember right now. Um, that and then when you hold a diagonal, like when you hold your moveset, either moveset stick up, sideways, down, it doesn't matter. That will cause a trigger for the shuriken glitch, and only puppet masters can do this. And basically what this does is it throws a shuriken, and this might not be that big, but it can be pretty big. And you saw me do quite a bit of crazy stuff earlier with Sasori, because Sasori is the best for it. So that's how you know if you're doing it right, and it's so much easier to do it with Sasori, and you know when you're doing it right is with Sasori. Kankuro and Kankuro's a little bit harder to get the actual shuriken input out. He's always been a little bit more difficult and patient. Chiyo is just normal Shuriken, so it's just, you don't really, same with Kankuro, you don't really see it much. But Sasori, you definitely see it. He is the best puppet. That's what kind of what made him um, the a contendant for a top tier character no matter what, was that Shuriken Glitch. And ever since Rev, when they added the counter system, which you see here, it overwrites a Shuriken. So you're going to do a counter before you do a Shuriken. And that's why I call it advanced in this game compared to other games, because if this was like Storm 3, Jins, or Storm 2, this would be considered a puppet basic. Like, every puppet master needs to know the Shuriken Glitch. But in this game, I'll call it advanced because it's a little bit more rare. Like, not a lot of people know about it. And then when people actually get hit by it, they're like, what the fuck is that? And it's called the Shuriken Glitch. And basically, it's good for guard pressuring. So, like, if your opponent like is using Yugito, as we see here, who's really good at hitbox, like, is it S tier masher, right? Same with Neji, S3 Kakashi. Sadly, not Sage from Hiroshima, which that's what I'm talking about later with matchup knowledge. Um, But like a lot of master or like Raikaiga's down combo, like etc. Like some characters you can't, but majority of the characters, when they're comboing you off of guard, like when like you're on guard and they're comboing on you, you could do the Shuriken glitch and you won't counter, and the Shuriken will come out and it'll hit the like the Yugito or whoever, right, for a second, and that'll let you get it away. That'll let you put pressure on them. That'll let you add a puppet or a support, whatever. Um, so the reason why it's advanced is, like I said, it takes your counter, and you really do need your. Oh, this is the third technique, which I'm behind on this. I know, I'm sorry, but it takes away your chakra, which you need that chakra, as well as it's like a 60-40%. Like 60% is going to give you more trouble if you're not careful, and 40% it'll be safe, because it does sometimes, like, the shuriken will still come out, but you will also counter. So now that you countered and the opponent got shuriken, you're at a disadvantage, and you're at a disadvantage again as you were before. So you just really need to know character matchup and be careful. The second advanced technique that you saw earlier was the enhanced dash, or how to puppet dash cancel. Yes, puppets can dash cancel. So what you're going to do is enhance your dash fully, let it go. It'll let go when it's fully done. What you got to do is press X twice, or your jump button twice, and then do an input. So you could do a grab, you could do a guard. Like you saw me doing all of that when I was talking earlier, and it lets you do all of that. And you see that in battle, that that'll let you pick up puppets after a counter and all that. Oh boy, I need to hurry up. So the third advanced technique is part of the basic techniques. Actually, it's the most advanced form of puppet dashing, which is guard side step puppet dash. And the reason why that's so good is because it lets you strike faster. It lets you be more defense, like it lets you be defensive while being aggressive, as well as it puts you in a lot more advantage in a situation where you can just sidestep or move in a more better position than just standing still and doing nothing. So the most advanced form of puppet dashing is the sidestep guard puppet dash. And you saw me do it earlier, and I got pretty crazy when you saw it before I switched characters. Finally, we get to character knowledge type of deal. So this is what I was talking about earlier, like Raikage down combo. Like if you saw like Raikage down combo, you cannot do the Shuriken Glitch. I don't know why you can't, but you can't. Sage mode Hiroshima will just knock down your puppet before the Shuriken Glitch comes out, and your counter will activate, and it leaves you at a disadvantage. So it's not a good thing to do it. I think there's only like one part of his whole combo you could do it, and it's not even worth it. You just have to be really careful with Sage mode Hiroshima. That's a dead good anti-puppet. Orochimaru dashes through puppets, especially Kokoromaru. Kankuro. I think Orochimaru is one of the best Kankuro counters because of his guard pressure. Because Orochimaru could just do a lot of things against puppets if you really go with movement, like Minato. That just we can't do anything against. So yeah, learning character matchup is really important. You definitely really do, and we will definitely talk about that in part two when we fight. Finally, we're going to talk about teams. So with teams, you will see a lot of people use Pain. Pain is the S tier um, support for puppets. If I possibly could, um, maybe I could talk to a few people and get like a tier list to go, and for me to tier all the supports for puppets, because Pain would definitely be number one easily. Pain is a strike back. It's a force field. It's like it gives you defense, it gives you offense, it gives you good prediction, it gives you good damage. It's a strike back. Pain itself is a really good A tier character with a great awakening, so you can switch tech into him and be safe. Just flat out, Pain is the best support for puppets. So you see a lot of puppet players use Pain. So like Order Kankuro, the two main teams that you see with Order Kankuro would be Pain and the air support Tail Beast Bomb Naruto, or Pain and Kakazu. Those are the two main teams I see, or the Naruto Racing Mirage I see a lot with Order Kankuro. Sasori, Pain definitely, but pretty much any character with a strike back you're going to see a lot of people use with Sasori. But so like Naruto, Pain, I see Tobi sometimes. I've seen Killer B. I've only seen Killer B once, so I lied. But I've seen Tayuya. Um, so yeah, that's kind of where Sasori and his supports are at. Um, Chiyo, again, a lot of people don't use Chiyo, but the two main teams, or the main supports, you're going to use Cover Fire a lot, and you're going to use just OP supports with like good awakenings. Danzo, Six Paths Awake, Madara, Sage Mode, Hiroshima, of course, Pain, Nagato, Datara. It's not an OP Awakening, but that cover fire is really good. Tobi is really good cover fire, and Awakening is not bad. Last Sasuke, stuff like that will be really good with Chiyo. Pts Kankuro. Look, Pts Kankuro always needs a cover fire, flat out. He always needs a cover fire, and I will argue he always needs a strike back. And that's why I say he's the worst, because just how much restrictions he needs. You know, like Sasori, you definitely need a strike back. Flat out for that grab, you need a strike back. But it's not that hard to set that condition. Whereas Pts Kankuro kind of is, because like the really thing that only strike backs is his tilt, and even then, his grab doesn't count as a strike back. His neutral combos sometimes will, and his bombs. That's it. So, but strike back is still really good for damage. But you don't necessarily need it. But you definitely need cover fire. Kankuro needs that. Pts Kankuro needs that extra support, and cover fire gives him that extra support and that extra prediction, extra damage, extra. Just gives him that extra. What he needs. So yeah, some of their good supports, like I've seen Darui support. I've seen Tamari, which is always good support. Choji, which is always good support. Killer B, not Semihata, but his normal without Semihata or Sharskin. That's pretty good support. Um, PTS Tintin and PTS Gaara, I guess, for nostalgia purposes, I guess. Um, Tobi, Naruto, is always good. Naruto Rasengan Barrage, Last Sasuke. Tayuya, I really only see with Sasori, to be honest. Same with Hanabi, I only see with Sasori. Um, Kakazu is always a pretty good support. Tachi could be decent. Kirimaru is okay. So, but yeah, that's the part one video. I'm sorry but I hope you get the cross and you saw what I could do. So get ready for part two.